All right, let's get started. Today, we're going to break down piece by piece how a team of AI agents can actually work together to get something complex done. And you're going to want to pay close attention because what we're talking about here, it's the bedrock for a lot of future tech. So here's the fundamental challenge, right? How do you get a whole team of AIs all doing their own thing to actually pull in the same direction and not just create total chaos? How do you turn a bunch of individual bots into one smart, cohesive team? Well, that's exactly the puzzle we're going to solve today. The answer, the solution, is a framework called the Coordinator-Worker-Delegator Model. Just call it CWD. Think of it like a company's org chart. You've got the coordinator at the top, like the CEO, setting the big picture strategy. Then you have the delegator, kind of like a middle manager, breaking that strategy down into actual, doable tasks. And finally, you have the worker agents on the front lines, the ones actually doing the work. This separation of powers is what makes it so powerful. Everybody sticks to their job, and the whole system just works. This model is everything. Okay, so here's our game plan for today. First, we'll meet the team of AI. Then we'll cover how they talk to each other. We'll look at the boss, the coordinator. After that, we'll see what happens when they don't see eye to eye. And finally, how the whole system gets smarter over time. Let's dive in. All right, section 1. First things first, we need to understand what this team of AI even is. What exactly is a multi-agent system? And more importantly, what are the absolute non-negotiable rules for making it work? Okay, for a system like this to have any chance of succeeding, it absolutely has to nail these 4 things. It's not optional. Let's use a travel booking example. The agents have to share information, like your travel dates. They have to coordinate their actions, book the flight before the rental car for that flight. They have to cooperate to find you the best deal, not compete with each other. And all of this has to be aimed at one common goal, a happy customer. You drop the ball on any one of these, and the whole thing falls apart. It's that simple. Okay, on to our next section. Let's get into the first pillar, and it's a big one, communication. For any team, human or AI, to work together, they have to speak the same language. They have to understand each other perfectly. And we're not just talking about firing messages back and forth. We're talking about a shared language with strict, crystal clear rules. The best way to think about these communication protocols is as the grammar of the AI's language. It's the set of rules that gives their messages meaning. They're not just flinging random bits of data around. Every message is structured, it's organized, and it means something specific. Without that structure, a command to book a flight could look the same as a question, is a flight booked? And you can imagine the chaos that would cause. Total system breakdown. Now, this language has a name. It's called FIPA Agent Communication Language, or FIPA ACL. And let's be very clear, this isn't just a loose set of guidelines, it's a formal, rigid standard. The reason that's so important is that it lets agents from totally different developers talk to each other without a hitch. It's kind of like how a shipping container from anywhere in the world will fit on any ship or truck. It's that universal standard that makes the whole global system work. And here, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. This makes it real. Look at this example. The message isn't some vague, hey, what about the hotel? No, it's a perfectly structured piece of data. You know exactly who sent it, the hotel worker. You know who it's for, the flight worker. And you know the crucial piece of information inside, the travel dates. There is absolutely no room for misunderstanding here. It is precise. Okay, so our agents can talk to each other clearly. That's a huge step. But who's making sure they're all working on the right thing? Who's the conductor of this orchestra? Well, that brings us to the next section and the role of one very, very important agent, the coordinator. Think of the coordinator as the ultimate project manager. It's the brains of the operation. It's not in the weeds booking hotels or flights itself. No, its job is to see the big picture. It makes sure that booking the hotel actually fits with the rest of the trip's goals. It decides what's most important right now, it divvies up the resources, and it keeps a close eye on everything to make sure the project is moving forward. It is the strategic heart of the system. And this right here is a perfect example of the chain of command in action. So let's say you, the customer, decide that finding the perfect hotel is your top priority. That request goes to the coordinator. The coordinator understands the strategic goal and passes an order down to the delegator. Remember, that's the middle manager. The delegator then taps the hotel worker agent on the shoulder and says, "You're up. You're the priority now." Just like that, the entire system shifts its focus, all based on that one high-level command from you. Okay, new section. Let's talk about something that's bound to happen. When you have a bunch of different agents all trying to do their jobs, disagreements aren't just possible, they're absolutely guaranteed. So a good system isn't one where conflict never happens. A great system is one that has a plan for when it does. So check out this classic scenario. On one hand, you got the activity planner agent. It's done its job and booked a fantastic all-day tour for Tuesday. Great. But at the exact same time, the transportation worker agent has arranged a rental car pickup for that same Tuesday. See the problem? Each agent did its job correctly based on what it knew, but together they've created a schedule that's literally impossible for the traveler. So how do they fix this? This is where the system's design really shines. There's a clear workflow. Step 1, the delegator, the manager, steps in to mediate. It might say, hey, activity planner, can we move that tour to Wednesday? It tries to find a compromise. But if the worker agents can't agree, it's not a dead end. Step 2, the problem gets kicked upstairs to the coordinator. The coordinator looks at the customer's overall preferences and makes the final call. End of story. This two-step process means the system never gets stuck in an argument. It just resolves it and moves on. All right, for our final section, we're going to look at what is maybe the coolest part of this whole setup. This system doesn't just follow orders, it actually gets smarter. It learns from new data and changes how it operates. And it does this using 2 more highly specialized agents. First up, meet the analyst. You can think of this agent as the system's market research department. It's not booking flights or hotels. Its entire job is to zoom out and look at the big picture. It's analyzing travel trends, reading customer feedback, and spotting new patterns. For example, it might notice, hey, a lot of people are suddenly asking for eco-friendly travel. It then flags this as a major trend and sends that insight out to the rest of the team. So what happens with that big picture insight? That's where the Scout comes in. This is the travel opportunity searcher. It takes the analyst report, eco-travel is hot right now, and goes out to find actual bookable options that fit the bill. It might discover a brand new eco-resort that just opened. It then takes that specific, actionable info and feeds it directly to the booking agents, giving them new and better options to offer customers. See how they work together? One spots the trend, the other finds the opportunity. This quote really just hits the nail on the head. The power of the CWD model is all about its role-based structure. It creates clear boundaries. Every agent knows exactly what its job is, who it reports to, and who it talks to. There's no confusion. And that specialization, that clarity, that is the secret sauce for making the whole thing work so efficiently. So let's wrap this up with the key takeaways. Pillar 1, standardized rules for communication mean no misunderstandings. Pillar 2, a coordinator at the top provides direction and keeps everyone aligned. Pillar 3, a clear process for handling disagreements means the system never gets stuck. And Pillar 4, special agents dedicated to learning ensure the system is always getting better. Put those 4 things together, and you get a team of AI that acts like a single, smart, coordinated unit. Look, the model we just walked through is already tackling really complex stuff like building a perfect, personalized trip from scratch. So, I want to leave you with this question to chew on. If AI teams can learn to work together this effectively, what's next? What are the really big, hairy, unsolvable problems in science, or medicine, or global logistics that a system like this could finally help us crack?